The story of the Ottoman Empire is one of incredible transformation. What began as a small Turkish state in Anatolia in 1299 would become one of history's largest and longest-lasting empires. This dramatic rise was fueled by military prowess and strategic expansion. The early Ottomans, under leaders like Osman I and his successors, were skilled warriors and cunning tacticians. They recognized the weakness of their neighbors, the crumbling Byzantine Empire among them. Gradually, they chipped away at Byzantine territory, conquering key cities and establishing a foothold in the Balkans. The Ottomans were masters of incorporating conquered people into their ranks. This inclusive policy, a stark contrast to the often exclusionary practices of other empires, allowed them to field large and diverse armies. Driven by ambition and a sense of destiny, the Ottomans marched onward. Their ultimate prize, the crown jewel of the Byzantine Empire, awaited across the waters of the Bosporus. Constantinople, the queen of cities, would soon feel the full might of the rising Ottoman Empire. For centuries, Constantinople had stood as a beacon of civilization, a city that was not only a center of trade and culture, but also a symbol of the enduring legacy of the Roman Empire. Its seemingly impregnable walls, a marvel of ancient engineering, had withstood countless sieges and attacks, making it a bastion of Christianity and a fortress of hope for the Byzantine Empire. Strategically located, Constantinople straddled the Bosporus Strait, controlling the vital trade routes between East and West. This made it a coveted prize for empires and conquerors throughout history. But in 1453, the city faced an unprecedented threat. Sultan Mehmed II, armed with the revolutionary gunpowder weapons, set his sights on this jewel of the Byzantine Empire. The siege of Constantinople was not just a military campaign. It was a clash of titans, a battle that would mark a turning point in history and change the course of civilizations. For 53 relentless days, Ottoman cannons bombarded the city's defenses, their thunderous roars echoing through the streets and striking fear into the hearts of the defenders. Inside the city, Byzantine soldiers, driven by desperation and a fierce determination to protect their home, fought valiantly against the overwhelming odds. On May 29, 1453, the unthinkable happened. Ottoman forces breached the once impenetrable walls, pouring into Constantinople and signaling the end of an era. The fall of the Byzantine Empire, the last vestige of Roman glory, was a momentous event. It marked the end of a civilization that had stood for over 1,000 years. Mehmed II, now forever known as Mehmed the Conqueror, entered the city in triumph. He declared Constantinople the new capital of the burgeoning Ottoman Empire, a city reborn under new rule. The fall of Constantinople sent shockwaves through Europe. The news of the city's capture spread like wildfire, causing panic and despair among European nations. It marked the definitive end of the Roman Empire, an event that had seemed unimaginable for centuries. The ancient world had finally given way to a new order. This seismic shift in power had profound consequences. It altered the geopolitical landscape, ushering in a new era of Ottoman dominance in the Eastern Mediterranean and beyond, reshaping the course of history for generations to come. Under a succession of capable sultans, the Ottoman Empire continued its expansion throughout the 16th century. This period marked a significant transformation in the empire's history, as it grew from a regional power into a formidable global force. The strategic conquests and diplomatic maneuvers of these sultans laid the groundwork for an era of unprecedented growth and influence. But it was under the reign of Suleiman I, known as Suleiman the Magnificent, that the empire reached its zenith. His leadership was characterized by a blend of military prowess, administrative acumen, and cultural patronage, which together propelled the Ottoman Empire to new heights. Suleiman the Magnificent ruling. From 1520 to 1566, I oversaw a period of unprecedented military expansion, economic prosperity, and cultural flourishing. My reign was marked by numerous military campaigns that expanded the empire's borders and secured its dominance in the region. The economic policies implemented during this time led to a flourishing trade network, enriching the empire and its people. My armies marched deep into Europe, conquering Belgrade, Rhodes, and laying siege to Vienna. These conquests not only demonstrated the military might of the Ottoman forces, but also served to intimidate and weaken our European rivals. The siege of Vienna, although ultimately unsuccessful, showcased the strategic ambitions and capabilities of the Ottoman military. The Ottoman navy, under the command of the legendary Admiral Hayreddin Barbarossa, dominated the Mediterranean, challenging the Habsburgs for control of the seas. The naval victories secured crucial maritime routes and bolstered the empire's economic and military strength. Barbarossa's leadership and tactical genius were instrumental in establishing Ottoman naval supremacy. Suleiman was not just a conqueror, he was a gifted administrator and a patron of the arts. His administrative reforms streamlined governance and improved the efficiency of the empire's bureaucracy. These reforms included the codification of laws, which brought greater consistency and fairness to the legal system. He reformed the Ottoman legal system, codifying laws and ensuring greater justice for his subjects. These legal reforms, known as the Kanun, complemented the existing Islamic law and provided a more comprehensive legal framework. This system of laws helped maintain order and stability within the diverse and expansive empire. Under his patronage, Ottoman architecture, literature, and music reached new heights. Suleiman's support for the arts led to a cultural renaissance, with the construction of magnificent buildings, the creation of literary masterpieces, and the composition of beautiful music. This cultural flourishing not only enriched the lives of the empire's citizens, but also left a lasting legacy for future generations. The Süleymaniye Mosque, a testament to the architectural genius of Mimar Sinan, still stands today as a symbol of this golden age. This architectural marvel, with its grand design and intricate details, exemplifies the artistic and engineering achievements of the period. The mosque remains a significant cultural and historical landmark, attracting visitors from around the world. Suleiman's reign represented the pinnacle of Ottoman power and prestige. His leadership and vision transformed the empire into a dominant global power, respected and feared by its contemporaries. The achievements of his reign set a high standard for future sultans and left an indelible mark on the history of the Ottoman Empire. The empire he ruled stretched from the shores of North Africa to the gates of Vienna, from Baghdad in the east to the borders of Persia. This vast territory encompassed a diverse range of cultures, languages, and religions, all united under the Ottoman banner. The ability to govern such a large and varied empire was a testament to the administrative and diplomatic skills of Suleiman and his successors. It was a multi-ethnic, multilingual empire, a testament to the Ottomans' ability to incorporate diverse peoples and cultures under their rule. This diversity was one of the empire's greatest strengths, fostering a rich and vibrant society. The Ottomans' inclusive approach to governance allowed for the coexistence of different communities, each contributing to the empire's cultural and economic prosperity. Section 4. Seeds of Decline, Internal Struggles and Stagnation. Even as the Ottoman Empire basked in the glory of Suleiman's reign, cracks began to appear in its seemingly invincible facade. The grandeur and opulence of the empire masked the underlying issues that were slowly eroding its foundations. The seeds of decline, sown during this period of unprecedented success, would eventually weaken the empire from within. These internal struggles were not immediately apparent, but gradually became more pronounced over time. One of the most significant challenges was the issue of succession. The lack of a clear and consistent method for determining the next sultan led to uncertainty and conflict. Unlike European dynasties, which had clear rules of primogeniture, the Ottoman throne was often contested by multiple sons of the sultan. This lack of a definitive heir created a volatile environment where brothers turned against each other. This led to internal power struggles, palace intrigues, and often bloody conflicts that weakened the empire. The constant infighting drained resources and diverted attention from external threats. Another factor contributing to decline was the increasing decentralization of power. As the empire expanded, it became more challenging to maintain a strong central authority. As the empire grew, it became increasingly difficult for the sultan and his central government to effectively administer such a vast and diverse realm. The sheer size and diversity of the empire made centralized control nearly impossible. Provincial governors, known as pashas, gained greater autonomy, often acting independently of the sultan's authority. These pashas, while initially loyal, began to prioritize their own interests over those of the empire. This decentralization, while initially beneficial in some ways, ultimately undermined the central government's power and contributed to a weakening of the empire's unity. The lack of a cohesive central authority made it difficult to implement consistent policies. The once efficient Ottoman bureaucracy, a hallmark of its early success, also began to suffer from corruption and inefficiency. The administrative system that had once been the backbone of the empire started to falter. Bribery and nepotism became commonplace, and the meritocratic system that had served the empire so well in the past began to crumble. Positions of power were often sold to the highest bidder, leading to a decline in the quality of governance. Additionally, economic challenges began to surface. The empire's reliance on conquest for wealth was unsustainable, and as expansion slowed, so did the influx of resources. The military, once the pride of the empire, also faced difficulties. The janissaries, elite soldiers who had been instrumental in the empire's successes, became increasingly corrupt and less effective. External pressures from rising European powers further exacerbated the internal issues. The empire found itself struggling to keep pace with the advancements and strategies of its rivals. Cultural stagnation also played a role. While the empire had once been a beacon of innovation and learning, it began to fall behind in scientific and technological advancements. All these factors combined to create a perfect storm of decline. The once mighty Ottoman Empire, which had seemed invincible, was now grappling with internal struggles and stagnation that would ultimately lead to its downfall. Section 5. Economic upheaval, shifting trade and financial strain. The 17th century witnessed significant economic shifts that had a profound impact on the Ottoman Empire. The discovery of new sea routes to the east by European powers, particularly the Portuguese and Dutch, undermined the Ottomans' control of lucrative trade routes. For centuries, the Ottoman Empire had controlled the flow of goods between east and west, taxing the silk, spices, and other valuable commodities that passed through its territory. However, the establishment of direct sea routes to Asia by European powers bypassed Ottoman middlemen, depriving the empire of vital revenue.
Compounding these economic woes was a period of rampant inflation that plagued the Ottoman Empire in the late 16th and 17th centuries. The influx of New World silver, while initially a boon to the economy, eventually led to a devaluation of Ottoman currency. This inflation hit the empire's finances hard, making it increasingly difficult to maintain its large army and sprawling bureaucracy.
The Ottomans, once at the forefront of economic power, found themselves struggling to keep pace with a rapidly changing global economy.